Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tatiana. I'm a Jamaican teacher who recently migrated to the US, and as you can tell by this video's title, I want to just have an honest chat with you guys today to just share what it has really been like moving to a new country and what you can expect, some of the things that you might experience if you're also planning on making a big move for whatever reason. As humans, we are always moving, changing. We are always seeking opportunities to just do better for ourselves. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen all kind of different videos about people moving abroad, moving to a new city, whether it's to take up a job like me or, just to explore. Whatever it is, to every situation there are pros and cons, and I feel like we should start with the pros. So number one, freedom. One of my primary reasons for leaving my home country was to just be free, to be free from the environment. I was living in an environment where I just felt like I was being extremely limited. I felt closed in. I just felt so drained, and I just felt like there was so much more that I could be doing. I'm a single female, and there's just so much that I'm able to do, places that I'm able to go. Like, it's a sense of freedom that gives you comfort. I don't really have a whole lot of responsibilities. Now, I just want to pause the pros to say that not everyone will experience all of these things at once, or not everyone will experience all of these things, period. But I think that most of us, or most people that do travel, or that they've been living overseas for a while, I'm celebrating 1 year being here teaching, at least one academic year, and you might not experience all of these. So just bear that in mind as you listen, because depending on your reason for moving, your personality, whatever it may be, it may vary. So just keep that in mind as I go along. The second pro that I want to share with you guys is the financial gain. This is something that I definitely look forward to moving to the US. I'm just so blessed to be able to do different things and, hit certain milestones financially, living and working here. And that is something that I will never ignore. I am not going to be one of those people who say, oh, it's not about the money, blah, blah, blah. Money is important, okay? Financial gain for a lot of people is on the top of the list, and there is nothing wrong with that. If you have any opposing, opinions where that's concerned, feel free to drop them in the comments. But there is nothing wrong with wanting to earn more money to, benefit your future, to take care of things. I was able to do a lot of things that I don't think I would be able to do living in Jamaica, at least not at this stage of my life. I was able to buy my first car. I was able to just do a lot more with my savings. And as I'm speaking, I'm actually looking forward to moving, and I'm so excited about that. That's gonna be in another video. But yes, just to let you guys know, I am going to be moving in short order. So if you're interested in seeing that process, definitely subscribe, stay tuned for the little vlogging that's gonna be taking place. But yeah guys, financially, moving abroad, if that is on your list, definitely, it's nothing to be ashamed of, and you will see how you're able to do better for yourself in that way. Following behind the financial gain, growth opportunities is something that you can definitely look forward to. Now, this is a very general thing, it's very broad. For me, I have definitely seen growth in my career. Like, as a teacher, there are things that I learned here in America that I was just blind to. I was not exposed to those things. Still some areas that I'm working on, right? Not everything will happen all at once, but I've definitely grown. Like I've seen where I've learned different skills, how to teach different things, how to manage different behaviors, how to use different resources that I've never heard of before. You'll see yourself grow in different ways, and that's something to be celebrated. So yeah, definitely something to look forward to. The last pro I want to touch on is relationships. When I say that I have met some of the nicest people while living here, like, I'm just being so honest. You will become a part of communities where people just love you, people just take to you, whether you're coming from a country billions of miles away, or you're just moving to a new city. Like, you will definitely find people that you will make lasting bonds and connections with. So definitely keep your mind open to that. Okay, so let's talk about the cons. I'm just gonna use what I mentioned last to just flow into the cons. Where relationships are concerned, you will experience a lot of changes in your existing relationships, and a lot of these changes might not be what you expect. As you're growing, which is a pro that we mentioned earlier, you'll definitely experience moments where you feel like you're drifting away from your family, you're drifting away from friends that you may have left back home. And it's okay if this is intentional. I can definitely attest to being intentional about just making disconnections from people that I just never thought that I would be able to do that if I was still in the same place or space. And it's not the easiest thing to do, but it is necessary for your growth. Like, it is necessary for where you want to go. And honestly, there are just gonna be some people who are going to reveal to you who they are. You're gonna realize that this friendship or this relationship or this partnership was just not meant for you, and you will just have to just step away. And it takes maturity, and it takes honestly understanding from other people, and of course clear communication to make that easier. But at the end of the day, if it's a decision that you have to make, if it's a decision that you feel like God is leading you to make, it's not gonna be easy and it's gonna be uncomfortable, but that is definitely something that's gonna be necessary. So I would say pray about it, think about it, and do what it is that you have to do. So yeah, I think that one was a pro and also a con, but you guys get the point. The second con I want to talk about is loneliness. When I tell you that loneliness will hit with a vengeance, I kid you not. Loneliness is probably one of the realest things you will experience, but also one of the biggest lies that you will also come across. Because the truth is, if you are a believer, if you believe in God, if you're a Christian, you know that no matter where you go, you are never alone. You have the presence of the Holy Spirit and your Heavenly Father with you. But when I tell you that this thing is not normal, this thing is not soft, I tell no lies. I'm not talking about the loneliness where your best friend lives 15 minutes down the road and you can wait until tomorrow because you know that you'll see him or her. Not ready for certain levels of vulnerability on the internet, but honestly guys, this is something that I am currently struggling with. Loneliness will leave you with such a crippling feeling that you will want to go back home. Like, you will feel as though nothing that you're doing is worth it. Even with all the opportunities and all the financial gain and all the pros, like, you will be tempted to just pack it up, call it a day, and go back to what is familiar, to go back to the faces that you love to see, the voices that you love to hear, and not over the phone, okay? Not over the phone. And it's okay. You are not strange. You're not different. You are, most importantly, not alone. Like I said before, this can be one of the realest feelings that you experience. But please know that you will have people around you. You will have people there to support you. What else can I say? Not much, because like I said, I'm still dealing with this. I'm still in that space where, you know, you get home from work, you get home from a long day, and you just have to, you know, pick up the phone and call somebody if you want to talk to somebody. You know, it's that feeling where even the freedom that you love so much just feels overwhelming, and you feel like, I don't want to be alone anymore. I just want to be with my family and my friends. This feeling is too much. I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I'm just gonna use that to go into the next con, which is just dealing with a lot of things from the past. I feel like with loneliness, you become so susceptible to just like being consumed by your thoughts. This is something that I am also dealing with, where because you have all this time, because you have all this space and this, you know, opportunity to just be you and observe yourself, like your thoughts will bombard you. Things from the past will come up. You find that you have to be dealing with past trauma, and the list is endless. And again, this might not be such a bad thing, but when you are actually alone dealing with these thoughts and emotions, it can get extremely heavy. It can get extremely overwhelming. And yeah, this is definitely a time where God is using my situation to just heal me, like to bring about healing. Sometimes that move is not just for the material things that you can gain. It's also for the spiritual fruit that you will bear. Like, God is bringing about healing in my life. He's bringing about deliverance from a lot of things, a lot of experiences, a lot of ideas, and just a whole host of things. It's fertile ground. Moving abroad, being alone is fertile ground for healing. Let's just leave it there. The next thing I want to talk about, and this is sort of similar or just like connected, you guys will be able to see like a lot of these things are somehow connected, but your mental health will also be one of those things that is like constantly like up in your face. Just up in your face all the time. And again, it is normal. That is something that I have to constantly remind myself of, that this is normal. Like, it's normal to experience anxiety or depression for a short period of time, or, you know, sporadically when you are in a new space. And you will know when it has gotten to a point where you're like, okay, this is not just because I moved. This is something else. But regardless, taking care of your mental health is something that you will have to prepare for. You are coming into a new space. It's a new environment. Just a lot of newness. And it can be great. Depending on your personality, you might soak all of that in. You might be just excited for every challenge that comes your way. But if you're like me, where you have to take the newness in increments, and it might not feel like it's coming in small amounts, you might not feel so comfortable. So taking care of my mental health is definitely something that I have to be so intentional about what I do with my time, thoughts that I entertain. Like, I have to just be so careful. Since moving to the US, I decided to try therapy. I signed up through my school that offers like free, like it's like a program where you can get free counseling through some online or face-to-face counselors, and I was able to do a few weeks of therapy with BetterHelp, and it was so helpful. Actually, I was able to reconnect with my therapist because at the start of 2024, in January, like the first day in January, I decided that I wanted to try therapy, and I signed up with BetterHelp. I started for a month. I was not able to keep doing it, so I had to stop, for financial reasons. And when I moved here and I got the chance to continue, I was able to reconnect with my therapist, and she was so sweet. Honestly, she has just been a good friend, a great mentor, and just someone that I do feel comfortable talking to. What I talk to her about might not be comfortable, but that is something that I was able to explore. And don't be afraid, don't feel ashamed if you feel like you've gotten to that stage in your life where you're like, okay, I need therapy. I'm making a little extra money. I'm doing a little bit better for myself. Let's jump on the therapy train. Jesus plus therapy? Yes, I agree. Yeah, guys, your mental health at times will take a hit, but always remember to just slow down, take things one step at a time, and yeah, reach out to other people. That has been one of the hardest things for me to do, being here, based on past experiences. There are just many times where I feel like I don't want to reach out. I don't want anybody to see how sad I am, or I don't want anybody to feel burdened by me. I don't want to be that guy. But sometimes you will have to just reach out to somebody that you trust, or somebody that you feel comfortable talking to, and that will definitely help. Last con that I want to mention is culture shock. You can watch all the videos, you can read all the books, but being in the experience where everything is again so new, so different, it can feel like a lot. If you are not just going for a vacation or a little, just a little trip, you might not have this to deal with at like a great level, or not, it might not be so intense. But if you're like me, where this is like a long-term move for you and you have to adjust, and you feel like there is a lot of pressure to adjust, like culture shock is definitely something that you will have to deal with. And it doesn't mean that you'll go somewhere and you step outside and there's something bizarre happening. Well, that might happen, but just in the form of little things like learning how to pump your own gas, learning about the different laws of the land, learning how to do taxes and, drive, learning how to rent, just all of these different things that you might not be used to, obviously, because you've never lived here, you've never lived in that place before. That is definitely something to bear in mind. And what I'll say is just be okay with making mistakes. Prepare your mind to make mistakes. Prepare your mind to think about what other people might be thinking about you, saying about you, but don't let that bother you. Really just take things one step at a time, and yeah, you'll be okay. I'm still making mistakes, just so you know. So yeah, guys, I hope that this video would have brought, just some comfort to you. And yeah, you are not alone. We are in this together. There are thousands of people around the world who are just trying to make it, who are just trying to do better for themselves, and nothing that you might be going through is abnormal. So yeah, show yourself some grace, pray, trust God. A lot of us, this is going to be an opportunity to trust God like we've never trusted him before, and that too is going to require some grace. You're gonna have to take your time and not put too much pressure on yourself. And I'll say it all the time, this is something that I'm also dealing with. So yeah, you're not alone. So yeah guys, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, send it to a friend or someone that you know who's gonna be taking off in short order, or if you have a family member or friend living abroad or just traveling, I really believe that this will be helpful for them. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.